Welcome back, dear friends. Today, I'd like to go on our series of Vulnhub. The virtual machine would be GreenOptic 1. I also put the link into the description section below so you can download the image. Before we start our today's video, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate your help and support. And to save the time, I have already imported the virtual machine into the VirtualBox and configure the network adapter as host only, because this is the safest mode. And now we'd like to walk into the world of virtual machine, which is Kali Linux. And I have already done the IP address identification and a map scanning. As you can see over here, I have done the scene scan, version scan, script scan, and also I did the comprehensive scan by specifying the option of -p-. And from the map scanning result, as you can see over here, there's some open ports. The first one is 21, which runs FTP, and the version information here. As we know, this version of FTP doesn't have any vulnerability we can exploit. And the next one is SSH service. Also, this version of SSH is invulnerable. And next one is 53. We must pay very much attention on this port, because it means this target runs domain restoration service or DNS service. So maybe later we need to make use of this point to do something. And the next open port is 80, which runs HTTP service. And next one is 10,000, which also runs HTTP service. Of course, now we need to do some enumeration for the, I think for the 21, because the 21 doesn't allow anonymous logging. And so we need to, I think we need to jump into the 80 port to do some enumeration, and also 10,000 port. And let's, have already open up the browser, and also the page of the target has been returned. This is some sort of the static page, and now we can check if this site exists the robots file, because sometimes the robots file will give us many information but not found. We can go back to the home page. Now what we are going to do is to do some directory enumeration, right? We can use the GoBuster dir and specify the URL, and I like to use the GoBuster directory medium. And also, okay, I autocomplete the command. I think now it's good to start our directory enumeration. Okay. So now the GoBuster will go through the process of directory enumeration. Yeah, I think we have already got some files and also directory, but this one I think is most interesting for me. We need to access this directory account. Okay, so this is login page. We need to input some username and password, but we didn't have yet, right? We can try it like admin and admin. Of course, it will be not so easy as that. But could you notice the URL pattern? There is one parameter, the name is include. So maybe this parameter exists, the local file inclusion vulnerability, right? And we can try, for example, to see whether we can retrieve the content of the password file. Yeah, but nothing found or nothing different give us. But if we check the source code, as you can see, we have already got the content of this password file. And as you can see, the several users like Sam, Terry, named Alex, and also the monitor. And normally, if we can identify the local file inclusion vulnerability, the next step normally I will do is to see whether the target has remote file inclusion vulnerability, because by the remote file inclusion vulnerability, it will be easy for us to get the share or get foothold of the target, right? So we can check on that. We can set up the create a very simple text file like echo. And now we can set up the HTTP server by Python. And now we go back to our browser. And now this time we didn't want to retrieve the local file, but the remote in this case is our Kali Linux. And the name of the file is txt. If we check the source code, so we didn't get anything from the Kali Linux. So it means that also here, as you can see, didn't get the collection from the target. In other words, the target doesn't have remote file inclusion vulnerability. Okay, so now we can go back. As you can see, if we visit the, maybe we can copy this file, right, to make a note, and it's access our password file again, and we can check. Maybe we can make a note of this information put into our mouse pad. And I can tell you, I tried to crack the password for the user like Alex, and also the monitor Sam, Terry, but it didn't succeed. So what can we do? Maybe also, we have another open port which is 10,000, right? And we can visit this file, this open port. But it gives us one error. It says this web server is running in SSL. Try this URL. So it means that we need to put this host into the host file, right? And maybe we can make a note of this on our mouse pad, and we can remove the prefix and also the port number. Now we need to add or append this host into the host file. We can interrupt our HTTP server, and now we can sudo vim, because this requires a sudo privilege to make a modification. And we can add the IP address of the target and paste the host name here. And now if we head over back to our browser, and we can now click this link. Again, this one is another login. Maybe this one is used by the administrator. And also from the Nmap scanning result, as you can see, maybe we can cut the Nmap. The Nmap, the 10,000 port runs the mini server and also version information. But I try to find the vulnerability which is related to this surface, this version, but it didn't work out at all. So what to do next? So maybe as you can notice, this the total domain name, and maybe this is the subdomain name. So maybe the target exists another domain name, and also from the Nmap scanning result, as we know, the target runs DNS surface. So we can make use of this point maybe, and use tool of dig to try to find out whether the target has another subdomain. Let's do it now. We can use dig and the zone transfer, the transfer feature, and try to retrieve the other domain name information. Okay, let's hit enter. As you can see, there is another. Of course, this one is for the domain name service, but there is another interesting subdomain we can copy, and also we need to append to the host file, and we can paste in here, right, and create. Now, and I think we can visit this subdomain, and now we can paste in here. But it didn't give us. Oh, sorry. I need to. Oh, I need to check again. Oh, sorry. I need to copy this, because the first one we have already visited this site before. We need to paste this subdomain. But as you can see, the target or the virtual machine prompt to us with the HTTP basic authentication, and we can try like admin, but it failed. So what can we do? Do you remember for the HTTP basic authentication, the username and password information is always stored in the HT password file, and we have already identified the local file inclusion vulnerability. Maybe we can utilize this vulnerability to get the username and password information. Let's do it now. So we can try to this file always contains username and password for the HTTP basic authentication. But I can tell you this path is incorrect. As you can see, didn't found anything. But if we remove the HTML directory and visit again, and you can see now. Oh, sorry. We can check. We can refresh. Sorry, I need to fix this issue. Oh, sorry, I I miss the A character, so it didn't give us information. Now we can visit this file again and check the source code. As you can see, there is username and password, and this one, and we can make a copy and use the John the Ripper to crack. We can, but we can first create the file and paste the encrypted password here and use the John the Ripper. Of course, I have already done before, so we do not need to crack again, and we can use the show. Oh, sorry. Maybe. Yeah, the password is Wheeler. Okay, now we can come back to our browser and visit this subdomain, because this subdomain requires us to provide the username. Username is staff, and also the password is Wheeler. The sign in. Oh, sorry. Staff. Maybe I can copy. Can I make a copy? Copy. And go back. Sign in. Yeah. Now we have already successfully logged in to the. I think this is some sort of a forum, and there is one key information. And if we go to the details of this message. The network monitoring, I told thanks for volunteering to help Anya, the SAM. The network monitoring I told you about is located here. Of course, we need to download. And then we need to move the and try to unzip. But I need a password. And here also the author said I have emailed you the password, so let me know as soon as possible. So also we can make use of the local file inclusion vulnerability to read the email of the SAM. Okay, now we can go back to the file inclusion. Yeah, this pass, and we can var and mail and the sum. Let's view the source code. Yeah, as you can see, we have already retrieved the email content which belongs to the user Sam, and the password is this one, and we can make a copy, and now we can unzip and paste the password. Yeah. Now we can Wireshark the DPI. Yeah, a lot of information like HTTP packets, the TCP packets, and as we scroll down, also ISP, ICMP packets. But also you can see here, very important packets login successful because FTP is in clear text. It means that maybe we can get the credentials for the FTP. But as you can see here, the password is already there. And to make this to be simpler or easier to read, we can follow the TCP stream. And we can copy this one and make a note of this password in here in the mouse pad. Now we have already got also the username is Alex, and we can FTP. The name is Alex. The password is this one. We can copy and paste in here. Okay, we have already got the user flag. We can get user, and also as you can see from the directory and also the files, maybe we are in the home directory of the user Alex. We can check the pwd. Now, yeah, we are in the home directory of Alex. So maybe the password also can be used for the SSH, right? SSH Alex. And the password, we can make a copy and paste the password again. Now we are successfully logging to SSH as user Alex. And now we can list the content, and now we can use txt. Okay, now we have already got the user flag, and also we can check the ID. But as you can see, this user Alex belongs to the group of Wireshark. So I think we can. It means we can sniff the traffic and to see whether we can find some suspicious information. But how to do? We can use dump cap and specify the, of course, there are two interfaces, but we just sniff the local interface or loopback interface, and we can use dump cap, and specify the interface, and we can try to this one is new PCIP. Yeah, now the dump cap will start to capture the packets on the interface of loopback. We just net this command run a few seconds and to capture enough packets, and then we can download this file to our Kali Linux and make analysis, right? And we can stop this process, and we can use the SP to download to our Kali Linux, and our Kali Linux, the IP, and I can to the Kali Linux and the Vulnhub GreenOptic. Okay, no problem. Yeah, no problem. And then we can open up another new tab. Yeah, and we can go to our working directory. Now we have already got the test new, and we can use the Wireshark to test new. Okay, let's have a look at the packet. So as you can see, always try to make authentication. They're also plain and also STMP. So maybe this information will be useful. We can follow the TCP, right? We can follow TCP. Yeah. Now we can got the authentication information. We can make a copy and go to our. I can make a note on this, and I think this message is encoded, and we can paste in here. Yeah, we got the root password. We can, of course, this one is password. And now we can go back to our, sorry. Yeah, we can try to switch to the root and paste the password here. Yeah, now we have already logged in or switched our shell to the root user, and we can list the content of root home directory, and we got the root flag. Okay, we successfully completed this virtual machine, which is a bit difficult. You know, during my process of penetration, I did like the cracking, password cracking with Hydra, but and I learned for a long time, but it didn't get the right result at all. So that's it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.